Finally got Susie's new pipes on. These are factory Suzuki pipes. We got them on eBay, and they're almost exactly the right pipes for this bike, but they came from a GS 1100G model, 1982, same year as Susie here, but this bike is a GL, which means it's the cruiser. The G is the straight standard model. The GL is the cruiser, and it would normally have shorter, kind of sawed-off pipes. Couldn't find any like that, and honestly, I think these look better. So we're going to go with these. I think they tend to lengthen the overall look of the bike, which tends to be a little on the stubby side. Sorry, Susie, but it's true. And I think it works better. As you can see, I've been wrapping these, started wrapping, after we did the shakedown cruise. Now the wrapping, I used to consider bikes with exhaust header wrap a little bit sus because I'd heard so many stories about how this wrap insulates and enhances performance and heat management, and whether it's retaining heat or dissipating heat. The bottom line is the only reason to install this stuff is if you like the way it looks. And I do, and it's kind of in a relative sense. If these pipes were perfect, new, with mint chrome all the way up to the top, I'd leave them, but like I said, it's all relative, and yeah, I love the way they look with the wrap. I love the way they look a lot better than with a coating of rust. So that's where we are. We're going to finish these second two pipes and take for another shakedown cruise, see how it goes. So here's what we're using. It's essentially a heavy weave glass fiber tape cloth, and this is called, this color is pewter, and you see it often in gray or black. I see it more in black than anything else. I like this color. I've been sticking with it. And when you go to put it on, just a couple of things to remember, and it'll make it give you a much better experience. I've learned, the hard way. Look at the edges. Both edges are finished, but one of them has it's like it's surged almost. It's overlocked. It won't unravel. And you can tell when you look. This is the solid, tight edge. This edge, you can actually see open loops sort of hanging there, and it's obviously more fragile. This is the edge that you want to cover as you overlap the wrap. This is the edge you want to expose because it's much stronger. Now when you put it on, first of all, if you get a chance to install this on the pipes, with the pipes off the bike, do that because it'll make life easier. I had to test these pipes out, couldn't wait, and I didn't want to wrap them and then find that they wouldn't fit. So I'm going to wrap it on the bike, which isn't that hard, but it's a little bit of a pain because you have to work around these frame members. Anyway, you don't have to tie it on in the front. You can just wrap it on. And so start where the header meets the engine. Fold it over, like so. And you might want to angle it a little bit, like this. So this edge is tucked inside, and you get a nice, clean, straight edge here. Move this around so the doubled over part is underneath or behind, out of sight, okay? One way or another. Wrap this around. See what I mean? You kind of have to work it around the frame. There's not a lot of space in there. Maybe an eighth of an inch, maybe 3/16. Okay. That's a start. Now, You want to have it even to begin with. And then just slide it up into the space underneath the flange, up against the back of the flange. You'll feel where it hits the stop. That way you won't see any bare metal through this area. You'll just see the wrap, and it will look like a very neat job. It looks like the wrap is organically fused to the pipes. And that's the look we're going for. There we go. That's all the way in. Hold it with whichever hand you're not using to pull the wrap around. Make sure you overlap it at least half an inch, maybe somewhere between 1/2 and 3/4. Try to keep it even so that it looks uniform as you work it down toward the end, so you don't have, like over here, you don't have a little bit of overlap here and then a huge one here and then another. You just keep track of what you're doing. It'll turn out well. Now you see this, here's the part that's not overlapped. You want to basically cover right up to where the overlap is, and I guess that's more like 3/4 of an inch there. And you want these wrap lines to stay parallel, of course. Now this is just a test piece I'm using for demonstration. But here's what you wind up with. You have the nice hard edge here. This delicate edge is being covered over. And look, it's not moving. This is not moving. And you don't have to put a clamp around here or safety wire it or anything like that. It's like wrapping handlebar tape, if you ever did that on an old 10-speed bike. Or modern bikes work the same way. Or rewrapping your tennis racket grip. I've had to re-grip my rackets from the time I was a kid because my hands are kind of huge. So I've always had to double or triple the wrapping. So you do this the same way. The only difference is you have to follow these curves. So you're working it the whole time to keep it tight. That's the biggest challenge. And you just have to be patient, work it all the way through, squeezing between the pipe and the frame, the pipe and this engine cage. And I'm going to wrap it all the way to where the heat shield for the tailpipe starts, and we'll see how it looks. Now this is not a boring job, but it is repetitive, extremely repetitive, and it does require probably more concentration than you might think. So for the best results, a couple of things to keep in mind. First, these initial wraps, make sure they're as tight as you can reasonably make them, because they're going to set the tone for the rest of the job. And as you work your way along the pipe, pay special attention to the interval, how much you are overlapping the wrap. Keep that spacing as consistent as you can. That pays off in the end. It will look much better. And also maintain that tension all the way to the end. And use it to work out any wrinkles that might appear in the wrap. I'm securing the running end of the wrap with safety wire just because I'm used to using it and I like the way it looks. I also think I'm able to get it a little bit tighter. But the metal ties that usually come with the wrap work fine too, and if you like the way they look or like working with them, you should just use those. Either way works fine. Now, again, I just can't stress enough that you shouldn't rush this. Really take your time. With a job like this, patience really pays off, and you'll see. So, we're ready to go. The wrap is on. And it's time for a shakedown ride.